Welcome to Build. I'm Laura Haywood. The term Hollywood darlings has never been so apt as it is for today's guests. So much so that they chose it as the name for their television show. You might recognize them from their former TV alter egos, Stephanie Tanner, Lucy Kingkirk, and Al Lambert. But these former child stars are all grown up. So let's take a look at Jodie Sweetin, Beverley Mitchell, and Christine Lakin in season 2 of Pop TV's Hollywood Darlings.
I feel like I've seen you on TV.
I was on a show called Seventh Heaven.
So, Stephanie.
So you watched the show?
Yeah, Full House, obviously.
Oh, right.
It's Christine Lakin.
Who?
Christine Lakin.
It's Christine Larkin.
There's no R.
I'm looking at it right here.
All right.
So we got a B- on our math homework. She's only in elementary school. Yeah, except I did the homework and I have a bachelor's degree.
Welcome back, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. It was exactly 1 year ago that the four of us were sitting here talking about season 1.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit, and now you're back.
I know.
It's exciting, isn't it?
We're so happy to be back.
Jodie,
Yeah.
I'm very glad to see you in some adventures.
I know.
Because last time
I was
you
on
just
crutches.
had surgery.
Yeah, I had severely broken my ankle. I was on crutches. I had this
She had that
really
special
attractive
boot.
boot.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
Now
boot.
she
it
has
was
2
awesome.
legs and I'm 2 people.
I know.
Yep.
See how much changes?
We like to
Thank
show
you.
up with surprises.
I'm excited to see on your Instagram, baby bump in the city.
It's totally, it's just out and proud. There's nothing, I can't do anything about
The
it.
cutest
So out
baby
there.
bump ever.
It's very cute.
Why, thank
you have that, like, you only have the tummy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
she
I-
sucks. Basically.
It's like the basketball under the dress
You
look.
say that now. We'll see what happens in another 2 or 3 months.
Well,
It's going to be a hot, sweaty summer,
I'm very
people.
excited. Are you? I mean, let's talk about the baby. Well,
Sure.
Do you have a gender yet? Do you,
Yes, it's a boy.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just gonna, this as a yes or no question. Have you decided on a name yet?
We have not. My husband has lots of ideas, though. I can't say all of them are my favorite, but we have a few we like. I mean, he throws out some real interesting gems every so often, and I have to kind of shoot him down gently. But no, boys' names are really hard.
They are
I'm
hard.
finding.
They're really hard.
I find them to be Georgia. We knew that was kind of always going to be my name. I don't know. It was always a front runner for me. So it's gonna be a challenge. But I welcome people to write in with suggestions because we're there.
So
We're,
like,
we're
tweet
actually
you?
drawing it out of a hat.
Tweet at me with
form. Yeah.
Whichever one gets the most retweets.
Right. Exactly.
Like the modern way of doing it now.
Yeah. Okay. So what is new on Hollywood Darlings this season? How do you change it up from last season?
So much.
I
many.
think this season, it's an unscripted comedy, so it's a lot of improvisation, and it's a lot of us just sort of getting out there and playing on camera and having a lot of fun with it, which was a huge learning curve for us. I mean, all 3 of us come from scripted television, so season 1, it was a lot of us figuring out stuff, figuring out how to not do a 25-minute take of a scene, all that kind of stuff. And coming back for season 2, I think we reined that in a little bit, but we also really stylized the show. So there's one episode that's kind of a Big Little Lies takeoff. It looks a lot more like a single cam comedy. We really sort of figured out how to live comfortably in the unscripted comedy world. I think this season, and it's way edgier. Way more adult. I mean, there was a lot of things last season, but like this season is definitely this is definitely a
Yeah, when they initially talked to us
16
about
and over at
where we
least.
wanted to go this season, and they're like, we want to go edgy, and I was like, okay, I could do edge. And then when we started talking about storylines, I was like, oh God, okay, yep.
Bev's idea of edge is like the plastic preschool safety.
I mean, I feel
so
Yes,
they're not
I'm-
really sharp or dangerous.
I'm really
But they
edgy.
can give you a very unfortunate haircut.
Right.
I'm feeling really edgy right now.
Well,
This is my idea of edge, and I think sequins maybe not be the idea of edgy. No,
I don't know. I think you look pretty fantastic.
You're living on the wild
Leather.
side.
I feel
you're edgy.
I feel.
I
really
mean,
edgy.
Bev, if you ask us if you're edgy, you're not edgy.
The definition of not
there is a whole episode about your lady
loved it.
parts.
yeah,
truth.
there's
Oh.
yeah.
And there, I got a sneak peek at the first 2 episodes.
I was like, what are you
And-
talking about sneak peek about?
No, not of the parts themselves, just about the episode.
The
And
episode.
there were some
Right.
euphemisms in there that I had never heard before.
Me neither. Yeah, that was we definitely had some fun with and of course, I like to tee it up for these 2 to have a lot of fun at my
You
expense.
say that as though it's intentional, though, Bev. It's not intentional.
Some of them are
You
intentional.
existing, and we're like, oh my God, I can't
there are
believe you
times
said
when
that.
I know what I'm doing, believe it or not.
And there are times when you're just giving us gems. I mean, so much of what you actually end up seeing in the show is what happens in the 5 to 10 minutes before we walk onto set. Like several of the jokes that come out of this season were just the three of us screwing off in the trailer, making fun of Bev, maybe as it were.
But I mean, our friendship is so genuine, and we have so much fun together. I mean, we laugh so hard, and we have such a great time. And I think that's the biggest piece of this show. Is how much fun we have together, and the fun that you have at the expense of your friends when you really truly know them so well and know their buttons and know how to push each other. And
I know that actually means that Jodie really loves me.
Yeah. So the
For sure.
She's never mean. Jodie's never mean.
But if she's not making just a little bit of fun of you,
if Jodie doesn't want to make fun of me, then she might not know I exist.
It's true.
So
there's really nice.
What's amazing is the heart behind the three of us and the love that we have allows us this amazing opportunity to create what we have created. And it's really fun for everyone else to watch because we're just ridiculous together.
There were times I legitimately laughed out loud, like not just LOL, but like really actually laughed out loud.
I cry.
Part of it, like laughing, crying?
the two of them are both laugh criers. There's nothing makes me
laugh
happier.
so hard I cry.
I just
and
wanted
then
to make
I
sure
make
they weren't making you cry.
No, never. I make snorting noises, and then I can't breathe because I'm laughing so hard.
It happened about an hour and a half ago. It was amazing.
It did.
Okay, what happened an hour and a half ago?
Bev started talking
All
about
I'm
her
gonna
nut
say
basket.
is hashtag nut bucket.
What?
It's not how it went down. Not how it went down.
She labels her snacks.
She labels her snacks.
You know what?
She brings containers of nuts.
Right now, I'm sure a
so
lot of
we
people
call
would
them
be
her nut
really
buckets.
happy with my snacks. And I might have containers of nuts.
Glad that we've made two interviews about that.
I know.
I'm so
exciting.
glad. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Love you.
Okay, so there's an episode that is a flashback to Y2K.
Yes.
And the storyline is that you guys were frenemies, that you
Right.
did not like each other. You had some major conflicts. Was there ever a time that you guys didn't like each other?
Right now. No.
Other than an hour and a half ago when you were...
Right, just right in this moment. No, no, there wasn't.
No.
We've
I mean,
never
the
got-
two of them had competition when they were kids, but you were always friends.
Always.
Oh, yeah,
You always went up against each other.
Always.
for stuff,
If anything, I used to look at my auditions as like play dates. I was like, oh, another
when you
play
saw
date.
your friend.
Oh, I
Right.
see Jodie.
Yeah.
Like, it was always fun. I mean, keep in mind, we were also 4.
Right.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were
Literally
4.
since we were 4.
I've known Christine. We did acting classes together. I was, 11,
Yeah.
12? You were like 13,
I was
14?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you, I may be remembering this wrong, but didn't you do your schooling on the set of Full House when you were...
Not my schooling, but our stages were very close.
Yeah.
They're on the Warner Brothers lot. But when I came out to do my screen test for Step by Step, the same producers that produced Step by Step produced Full House, and I actually came and did like a tape. They basically put me on tape on the set of Full House because I didn't live in LA. So I got to meet the cast, and it was pretty exciting for me because I was a huge fan. So I was fanning out.
There is so much satire in this season, which I don't remember quite as much from last season. Like that Y2K episode has a Bachelor theme that does kind of there's some barbs in there at the reality dating genre.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We definitely, I think this season became a lot more self-aware and sort of satirical in some of the things that we make fun of, some of our shows, making fun of ourselves even more. I mean, the Y2K episode that you're talking about, I have like several ridiculous outfit changes, none of which were phases that I ever went through, but we were like, I mean, what the hell, if we're gonna go
fun?
for a Y2K thing, why not dress me up in a pink wig?
I mean, I
as a raver
definitely
girl?
went through all of those phases, including the pink wig phase.
Right. My
So
favorite
I
was the goth
identified-
phase, though. Like, I didn't want to get. I was
but
like, oh
then
my god,
was
you guys,
like,
I love
wait,
this
but
black wig.
Oh yeah, the goth. That was
so
amazing.
amazing.
And then I did the crimped hair, which like that should never come back, ever.
All of these things are coming back.
No,
Christine, the
stop.
The
It
look
shouldn't.
that you wore in that
Thank you.
episode, which is a
Thank you.
velvet baby doll dress with a T-shirt underneath,
Yep.
they are literally selling at Urban Outfitters right
Yeah.
now.
I
No,
own
that was
that
actually-
outfit, everyone. That did not come from costumes. That half
Came
of that
from your
really came
costume
from my wardrobe.
closet at your house.
You were still wearing the same clothes that you were wearing in the 90s. It does not surprise me.
No, I mean I'm a hoarder of clothes, so I keep like everything.
She
It's
has like a
problem.
whole like.
I have a
box
costume
of
closet. I have
wigs.
boxes of wigs and
Wigs.
Listen, if you're ever having a bad day, just put on a wig. It can change your whole.
True. Like I said, I wore that black wig. I was in full goth mode. I was like, this is
You can't be
amazing.
mad at a baby in a wig. There's nothing funnier.
Wait,
My
a
daughter.
baby in a
Are
wig?
you talking about if the
That's true.
grown-up is wearing the wig or if the baby is wearing
baby.
the wig?
The baby in a wig. Babies in wigs.
My
are
daughter
funny.
found the box of wigs, and nothing has made me laugh harder than her in a mullet.
I was gonna say the
Nothing.
mullet. The mullet was the best.
Oh my God, that was good. Yeah.
I want
good.
I want babies in wigs to be.
It's a
I
hashtag.
found a picture
It
of
is?
Zoe
Oh, yeah.
at like 2 or 3 in a full red Ariel wig. My older daughter, who just turned 10, would be horrified that I'm telling the story. But it was a picture of her in like a Little Mermaid dress, but this gigantic red. It looked like Peg Bundy, really.
Oh,
wig.
wow.
And it was so good. I found it the other day. My friend sent it to me. It was really
Babies in wigs. Who knew?
babies and wigs.
Hey.
Yep.
This is what we
That's
do
all
in
you
our
need for a
off
good day.
So my biggest question after watching the first 2 episodes, there's a storyline where Christine fakes her death to get more followers on social media, and Jodie, you are the mastermind behind the whole thing. And there's one part where you say that you have anonymous accounts on Reddit and that you're deep in the Full House message boards. I am dying to know whether any of this is true and whether
No.
you actually get involved anonymously. Any of you?
We're trying
No.
to just get her on Instagram story. I mean,
Yeah.
this
I
girl.
finally did
Yeah.
like 3 Instagram stories
did.
today. I
I
never
mean-
do them because I'm terrible at it, but I did it today. So yay me. But no, I have never been on Reddit. I don't even know that I could probably find Reddit on the. I don't. I'm.
However,
at
the
internet.
whole impetus of that episode came out of the fact that both Beverly and Jodie, there were rumors
That
when
we
they
were
were
dead.
growing up
Yeah.
that they were
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
And
I
I never
still
had
don't
that
know
rumor.
how
and that
I
was in a day.
died.
That was in a day pre-internet, you know. So it was like these things were circulating around, and there was like fan mail coming to where my agent's office, like condolence letters from my parents, like we're really sorry to hear about your child. One was like I got decapitated on a roller coaster, and then one was I died in a plane crash. So I was really nervous for a long time to get
that's
on
when
a
you know
roller
you've made
coaster.
it.
I'm
plane.
still like, mine was with the internet. So I, did the click throughs and I had to go through like 57 different deaths to find out mine. And then there was they didn't tell me. I don't know how I died.
You were dead.
Oh.
No, I'm really disappointed. I want to
Somehow also got like 14 subscriptions.
I know it just.
As you were
yeah.
clicking through to find out your own death.
I know. I definitely.
What
did.
I don't understand is why, and I know it happens, but when a celebrity dies, their social media followers spike, but it's not like they're going to be producing any new content.
I know, isn't it odd?
Yeah, I mean, maybe so people can go back and look at what they did post. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what
like
the
solve
fascination is there.
clues. I don't
It apparently
know.
worked for my character in
It
the
did.
show. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the other thing is there's a wake. I don't want to give everything else, but there is an Al Lambert lookalike.
Yes.
Who is that actress and how did you find her?
Oh my
Well,
God. That is
that's
one of my best friends.
I had a feeling this might be somebody from your real life.
Yes. The Megan McNulty. Shout out. She's one of my best friends. We did a play together almost 10 years ago, and she's been
What
one
was
of
the
my best
play?
friends. The play was Dog Sees God. Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead, and we did it's kind of like if the Peanuts had grown up and they were all dysfunctional. So anyway, but yeah, years ago we did this and we've been friends ever since. And so that's what I love about this season. So many of our guest stars are populated either by people that obviously from the '90s, like Will Friedle and Tatiana Ali, or they're people just from our real lives who are wonderful, incredible actors and comedians.
Yeah,
but
there's some amazing like improv actors and comedians and stuff. Even just some of the smaller roles that people might not know them by name or anything. I mean, the magician. Oh my God, like
he's so funny.
there's some really funny
Julie.
stuff.
Oh my gosh, she just came for when we. we were
the
just in
did- when we were
rehearsal
talking about the thing in the
Yeah,
in
the
park.
thing in the park, which is inappropriate, and we can't really talk about it because I don't want to talk about those lady parts. But anyway, it was really awkward, and we were just rehearsing, and we're just going like figuring it out and figuring out where camera's supposed to be, and next thing you know, like she just goes for it.
Oh,
and
it's great.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
and
she
thought
fell
I
off
might
the bench last.
die.
Who is this, Julie?
Because
I forget what her last name was.
she's an amazing improv actress.
Yeah.
and I am
it's not
terrible right
but
now.
not a friend from real life.
No,
No,
but
she-
I
was
want
one of our
to be
director, I
friends
think.
with her but actually, no, I'm not cool enough.
Yeah,
It's not.
I don't
No, but I
believe
mean,
that.
but again, these
It's
are like I mean,
just
we were
amazing.
so lucky to have so many amazing
Yeah.
improv actors and comedians and stuff come in and just play, and they're hilarious, and it's such a good time, and it's so much fun for us to really go and just let it kind of all loose, and
It's
not
still
have any
totally
rules.
unscripted?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all improvised.
Do you really have all of the food allergies and sensitivities
Yes.
that you talk
Yes.
about
Yes.
on the show?
I-
Oh, yeah, and you guys
We're going
really,
out to
really
dinner
hate
tonight,
it.
and I'm like, Bev, I can't. We went out yesterday. I'm like,
cannot
I
guarantee
guarantee
you
I'm
can
a
eat,
good
you can eat.
sport. I am willing. I say I can figure it out. I'll figure it out.
do.
I'll figure it out. I'll eat lettuce.
She
And,
does.
and with
lot of
nothing
lettuce.
on it.
With that, yeah. No, we can't have
Lemon.
what? Lemons, poppy seeds,
No, I
oils.
could do lemons. No, I could do lemons. Lemons are good. We're good with
Okay.
lemons.
lettuce and lemons.
Lettuce.
That's
a real
about
blast
it,
over
yeah.
here.
yeah. It's my
And
life.
nuts.
I'm sorry.
Lots of
no,
nuts.
I can eat. Yeah, I like nuts.
Let's talk about.
I know,
Let's talk
I'm
about
sorry.
crazy bloopers. I would love to hear about the craziest thing that has happened.
Just every day of my life
the
and every
bloopers?
conversation I
No,
have.
Bev just says things and doesn't realize that she's being hilarious.
So I want to hear about crazy things from each of you. One crazy thing that happened on the set of Hollywood Darlings, and one crazy thing you remember from your life before the show, whether it was on the show you were on as a kid or on some other professional endeavor.
There was a fire.
Oh my God, the fire!
There was a fire.
There was a fire.
When we were
season.
shooting the Y2K episode,
Yes.
it was an all-night shoot, so we were shooting like 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. And at some point in the night, we come out into the garage, like we exit the scene and we come out into the garage and we're like, what is that? What does that smell? Why is it orange over there? And like the hills behind where we were shooting were totally engulfed in flames.
No, I mean there was like smoke coming into like the house that we
It
were
was
like
like,
shooting.
yeah.
And Jodie's like, yeah, I think we're fine. Christine and I are like, what do we gotta do?
Was this
we
when the big LA fires were
No,
happening?
like
Yeah,
literally
right
it was
before
right
that.
Yeah,
before.
but this
And
They're like, we
literally,
need to move the cars.
literally,
the
no,
fire
the fire
department's
department
coming.
was coming up, so they said we gotta move our cars. So Christine and I like
They don't move their cars. They leave.
I was
They
out of there.
left.
We
I
went to
took all my
Safe
stuff.
Haven.
I was like
took
Chicken
the-
Little. I was like,
everything-
the sky is falling. Get in the car.
I even took the gifts. I took the
It was
chocolate.
it was like one of our last days of shooting.
took
So
the
Bev
chocolate.
brought little presents for everyone.
God forbid the
she
chocolate
grabs
melts
the
in the
gifts.
fire.
She grabs everything. I'm like, what are you doing?
So
I'm sitting in the
Christine
trailer.
and I literally get to like the parking lot, and we look around. and We're like, oh my God, where's Jodie? We lost Jodie.
Yeah.
Where
They
are
had to
you?
Die is what they did.
She's
No,
like, "Go
I
into the
was
house."
like,
Jodie goes, I moved
I'm
my
like,
car
we're
up
gonna
the
be
street.
fine, you guys.
Fine.
It's all right. It's just a little fire. I mean, how far away is I can run?
Meanwhile, Christine is calling.
Well, Will Friedle and Marla Sokoloff were both filming that night, and I'm like halfway to crew parking, and I realize nobody has told Will and Marla that there's a fire. They're in their trailer somewhere, and oh my God. So I have made frantic phone calls and left the most insane messages
Yeah, they're-
saying, hey, Marla, so there's a fire. If you get this, give me a call back. I'm happy to come back and pick you up. Oh my God. I mean, it's just insane.
Well, that goes beyond bloopers. That's like
But
natural
and
disaster.
everything was
Yeah.
fine.
Everything was fine. And
I
they
do
put
like
the
to
fire
say,
out and all this stuff.
as much
but it
as
was,
I would say that we have these type of experiences pretty much every day on the set of Hollywood Darlings.
Not fires, not
fires, but just insanity and just us being weird and wacky and strange.
I feel like you
That's
guys
normal.
don't even need the fictionalized version of your life because your actual life.
oh, it's
is
weird.
Really,
We're
and
really
Truth is
weird.
definitely
Yeah.
stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did anything like that, or maybe even not quite that extreme, happen on the sets of Seventh Heaven and Step by Step and Full House?
I mean,
that you remember?
we've all been on for so many years. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of. I mean, I was on for 11 years, and yeah, we all had wacky, weird, strange things happen. Oh, I remember that we literally had. We worked for Aaron Spelling, so we worked in an abandoned warehouse, and so there was at one point we were right by the Santa Monica airport, and you heard every plane, and when it rained, the ceiling would kind of start falling in. So we would be in the middle of a scene, and it was one of like the most emotional episodes I've ever had to do, crying about my best friend being dead, and like literally the ceiling like broke. And I thought that God was crying for me in my performance. But
I believe it.
Yeah, that was awkward and weird and not normal on a set that you're supposed to be.
Do you get hazard pay for?
No,
like
we just
that?
had to wait till the roof was repaired, and then we finished the
Wow.
scene.
Oh my God.
We would do stuff at Christmas time. I don't know why one year we did this, but everyone picked a different name out of a hat, and you couldn't pick your own name. It's just the cast. And then the next day, you had to dress up as that person in real
Oh, that's
life.
amazing.
Fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I might
great.
have to
So,
do that.
so whoever
on
drew
Full
you
House.
just put the backwards baseball cap.
Basically, yeah, basically. And I think Patrick may have rigged it because he definitely wanted to play Suzanne because he so enjoyed ribbing her and like making fun of her. They had such a playful, wonderful relationship, and he was constantly doing that kind of stuff. He's a huge joker, so his portrayal was, might I say, pretty amazing.
I hope there are pictures of that somewhere, and that
I'm
they will see
sure.
the light of day.
Oh, I'm sure. My mom has a whole box. I'll go through them.
Yeah.
Vintage Instagram.
Yes.
What about you?
Oh man, crazy! I mean, I worked with Bob Saget and Dave Coulier, so like that was just an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
It was just crazy, weird stuff. Try to think like jokes that we played or weird. I mean, I can't really think of anything specific, but like, I mean, we just had a lot of fun on set. I mean, I'm sure there's blooper reels of all kinds of weird, ridiculous stuff.
So I actually have a specific request for you, Christine, which is that our mutual friend Rory O'Malley found out that I was interviewing you today, and he said, with no background, ask her about the time we almost died during Happy Days the musical.
Yes, Rory. So Rory and I have been friends for a long time. Before Rory did Hamilton.
Oh, right.
and,
Yeah, he's
you
the
know,
king, King George
Yeah.
in Hamilton.
Yes,
Yep.
among many other amazing things in his career. We did a little-known musical for Gary Marshall called Happy Days.
Which ran
and-
for years.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we did one of the incarnations together in Los Angeles. So I was Joni Cunningham, and he was Richie Cunningham. And every time the musical would begin, there was a jukebox, and there would be, you know, smoke and whatnot, and the jukebox doors would open, and we would Sunday, Monday, I don't know how much more I can sing, and we would we would come out and we would start doing our like 50s dances. One night, I think it was opening or a preview or something, we're behind this jukebox, and the smoke is going, and the smoke, like, I guess the machine broke and just kept going and going and going and didn't have a shut off. So we're getting gassed basically behind these doors. So by the time it opened, it just smoke is billowing and we're like, and then we just have to continue, but we can't see each other on stage because
Right,
there's
so
so much
much-
smoke. And now we're all starting to laugh and choke at the same time and try to sing. And thank God he had most of the singing to do because I was just turning upstage. I was doing one of those actor things where you're like, if no one can see my face, they don't know that I'm totally breaking and doing a terrible job. So yeah, that will be one of my favorite memories of all time with him.
Well, thank goodness neither of you was hurt or your voices permanently damaged.
Yeah.
I brought up last time we were here together before season 1 that all of you have singing backgrounds, and I really, really want a musical episode of Hollywood. And Rory could be your guest star.
Yes. Oh, we
That'd
have
be
to do
amazing.
He's
that.
back in LA now, so
I know. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
That would be
Okay,
amazing.
so how do you guys feel about taking some questions from the audience?
Yeah,
We love it.
Do it.
absolutely.
Hi.
Hey.
So you guys started off really young acting, and did your parents or did your family kind of have you guys go into the business, and do you want your kids to go into show
That's a
business
good
too?
question. I was actually discovered at a mall throwing a temper tantrum because I was hungry. And a manager saw me and kind of said, hey, you're cute. You should be in the business. So we tried it. And within the first month, I booked my first commercial. So my mom was like, okay, we'll try this. And it stuck. So here I am.
Clearly.
And then in regards to the kids, you know, I think that we all turned out pretty well. So if they were interested in it, I'm down.
My parents have always been very supportive of me and of anything I wanted to do, and I attribute a lot of that maybe to being an only child. We all are, which is strange, but they've just always put like 150% behind me. Do I think this is a business that they would have chosen for me? Maybe not. It's full of a lot of rejection, and I think a lot of parents want to ensure that their children are, you know, happy and sort of stable for the rest of their lives, which was never going to be me, stable. But, you know, in terms of, I guess, my child, I guess I kind of feel the same way. If it's something she really wanted to do, of course I couldn't deny her. But if she'd like to be an accountant, I'd be totally okay with that.
You've got to start talking in plurals, Missy.
Children, right, children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Golly, that's right.
Does pregnancy make its way into season 2 at all?
I didn't know. I got pregnant
She wasn't
right
pregnant
after.
yet.
So season 3, you'll have a whole new mom.
I'll have a whole
Yeah.
new storyline.
And for me, you know, I was, it was like 3.5, 4 years old. I started doing print stuff. I started doing commercials just because I was really outgoing and I loved performing. And so, you know, my mom was like, sure, why not? Kind of the same thing. Yeah, we'll try it, see how it goes. And I started booking a lot of stuff, booking commercials. And then, you know, I was not quite 5 and I booked a guest appearance on Valerie, which was the same producers as Full House, and they had Full House in development. And I never auditioned for Full House. I got cast from doing that one guest appearance. And then I have now been in the business for 32 years. So yeah, again, it's you know, it's exactly what I love to do. My daughters, my older daughter Zoe just turned 10 on April 12th, And my younger one, Beatrix, is 7.5, and they both love performing. Zoe wants to get into acting class, all this stuff, but they also like normal kid stuff. So, you know, they come around set and they're exposed to it, and we'll see. I think probably when they get a little older, if they want to do it, then I think it might work. But right now, they like playing soccer and doing Krav Maga and taijutsu.
One of them made a guest appearance on Fuller House, right?
Zoe did, yeah. I think it was the second season. She was a little extra along with Andrea Barber's daughter. So yeah, and now she's like, I want to be an actor. I'm like, oh, good luck, buddy.
But while you're at it, just keep doing Krav Maga. That's
Yeah, she
super
does Krav Maga.
badass.
Yeah, she does Krav Maga and she plays soccer. She's gonna kill us all. But she's amazing. Like super strong and athletic. So I'm like, dude, go for that. Like that'll get you a full ride to college. You know,
Who else has
acting will be a
questions?
wasted major.
Hi, I just want to say that each of you mean so much to me and are such a special part of my childhood. And I just want to know, what is the most meaningful part of your acting that impacts you for today, from when you were a kid all the way to now?
I think the greatest thing about us is, you know, acting wise, is being able to touch people's lives and to connect with people in a different way, and to kind of have these amazing characters that can, you know, not only entertain but also stay with people for, you know, long term.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for saying that. That's really sweet. And I grew up with people like, you know, Fred Savage, and you know, I remember watching TV shows and just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like this. I feel like they're my friends. Like these are the people that I mean, even Jodie, like these are the people that I watched as I was a kid. So it means so much to me when someone says, I grew up with you and I love that show, and like you guys were like my family, because my family was blended and we didn't get along either. So you know, if you can take somebody out of their real life for a second and I think make them laugh or make them feel connected, I think that's why we do this. That's what the point is of art, you know, for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, having done this for, you know, 30 years and sort of connecting with so many people worldwide, from Full House and from, you know, some of the other stuff that I've done, you know, it's incredibly meaningful, and I love being able to make people happy. You know, I've had people come up to me. I was having a moment the other day, and I was talking to somebody and just, you know, having a day. I was having a bad day. And this guy came up and he said, you know, hey, I hate to bother you, but I just wanted you to know, you know, this Hallmark movie that you did, my grandmother was passing, and she and I sat and we watched some movies together, and it was her favorite one this past season. And then, you know, that was it. And, you know, but he said, but you you were a part of a really special moment with my grandmother and I. And it's things like that like really make it so important, and like connecting people together, and realizing without even knowing it that like that's, you know, that's what I get to do, is I get to go, and at the end of the day, like I make people happy with what I do, with being ridiculous. And I mean, you know, Hollywood Darlings, we
will make
fools
you
of
laugh.
ourselves.
We will make you laugh.
But that's, you know, from a distance, us making fun of ourselves and being complete fools, people enjoy it, and that's why we do what we do, and it means so much to us that we have such great support. And
Yeah, at the end of a long day, just throw on Hollywood Darlings, and you will laugh. You will have a good old time. And
We're
you-
moms. We don't have it all together either, guys.
Oh no!
Oh, gosh, no.
We have nothing
So-
together.
Jodie, I also want to just acknowledge how important it's been that you have spoken so openly about your struggles. And the book that you wrote a few years ago was really, really meaningful. And
Thank you.
talking about sort of the roller coaster of life, and that and putting it out there that it isn't just sort of all glitz and glamour all the time, but that the struggle is real, and
Well, life
you know,
happens to all of us.
Yeah, and
regardless of how much money you have or what you do. It's, you know, we all have to go through life. We all have to do day-to-day stuff.
I think it's easy for some people to look at child stars and think it was handed to you, and life's been perfect ever since. And so I always appreciate it when people are willing to talk about the real grit, like sort of the ugly underbelly.
Well, and it's not even the underbelly. It's like I said, it's life. You know, like it's all of us go through stuff, and I think the more open we all are, just as people in general, whether you're famous or not, that's the sharing of our humanity and of our stories, and that's the important stuff, and that's the connection, and that's why we do what we do. You know, yeah, maybe we do sitcoms or, you know, things like that, but at the end of the day, we're creating human experiences for people to watch and relate to. And I think if you can do that in your real life, that's the really incredibly important stuff.
Well said. We have time for one more.
Hi.
Hi.
Since you guys have a lot of guest stars in the season, are there any guests that you guys would want in the next season that haven't been on the show?
Oh, there's
yet?
so many.
Ooh, yeah, dream
There's
guest
a lot of
stars.
people that.
Oh, we were talking to Jennifer Love
Jennifer
Hewitt.
Love Hewitt. I think she's down.
Would love
and
to.
actually,
Totally
Tori
down.
Spelling. She
Yes,
she was
we
willing to
tried
do
to
it.
get her this year. She couldn't do it. I've been trying to get Suzanne Summers for the last 2 years, but she's thigh mastering and writing
very
books.
time-consuming.
And she has like 2 books a year that
Yeah.
come out.
And I want one of
she's
somebody
doing the
from Seventh
creams.
Heaven. I don't care who.
And we gotta get someone from Seventh Heaven.
I mean, at this point, I will hunt them down. I will find you.
You can't say no to Bev. She's
It is true. I will hunt you down.
Yeah, she knows where you live, probably, in her Rolodex.
Do you have a dream guest star?
God, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know that I just want somebody that's going to come on and have fun and enjoy what it
I mean,
is
that is kind of the
created.
rule. Like, we have to, you got to come to play. Like,
Yeah.
you really got to come and bring it because we go for it.
And I have to say, I was very, I wouldn't say surprised, but I was just so wowed by the people that you don't necessarily know if they're going to have an improv skill. Like Tatiana Ali is so funny.
Oh my God,
Oh,
she's so good.
Will
my Lord.
Friedle has not done a lot in front
was
of the
so
camera
good.
since Boy Meets World, which he talks about on my podcast, actually, which you should listen to. It's called Worst Ever. Anyway,
yeah, and Bev and Christine and I
part
just did
2
it. Yes.
comes out on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
gosh, Worst Ever. Anyway, but he talks about his reasons for it, but he's been doing so much writing and so much behind the scenes in terms of his voiceover that when he actually got on camera, he's so quick and so funny because he's been honing these skills for so long. I was like, dude, you have to do more of this. He goes, well, if I knew it was this fun, this is the kind of show I would do.
I know. You love it that at the end of like a very, very long day, they're like, oh, it's over? And they we had so much fun. And, we've all been on shows. That's not necessarily the case. There's some days where we're like, thank God it's over. So
I never feel like I love how
yeah.
quick we work, but then I'm always sad that we don't have more.
No, with us, yes.
Yeah.
But there's
I don't
been
know.
other
After a
shows
16-hour day, I'm ready to go home. I love you guys. I love you. Yeah.
No, I'm always sad that the season's over.
I know.
Yeah,
it's true.
the season that was definitely yeah.
Well, we still have all of season 2 ahead of us as
Yes,
viewers,
right?
and,
Yes.
and I'm so excited for everybody to get to watch it. Premieres tonight, season 2 on Pop
Yes.
TV.
And
Go
there's
hard.
other
Watch
places to watch it too. It's going to be on
If you don't get cable, if you're one of those people who has cut the cord, you can see us on YouTube TV. And you can also buy episodes the following day on Amazon Prime, on Google Play, and on iTunes.
So there is no excuse.
No,
Everyone
there's no
is watching
excuse. Everybody,
Hollywood
everybody, all of you
Darlings.
guys.
Congratulations, you guys, and thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Let's make an appointment to meet again 1 year from now. to
Sounds
talk about
good.
season 3.
I better not be pregnant again. That's all I have to
She
say.
better not be pregnant. I'm not going to be wearing any sort of broken
I
clutch
don't
device.
know where I'm
And
gonna
Bev,
be.
just hold it together for a year.
Hold it together.
Hollywood Darlings tonight on Pop TV. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.